In March of 2004, a maintenance worker at a Holiday Inn in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, entered room 217 to replace a bathroom fixture. The guest had checked out 3 hours earlier. The room appeared empty. The worker noticed the shower curtain was closed. He pulled it back. There was a briefcase in the tub. It was partially submerged in 2 inches of water. The drain was open. The faucet was off. He reported it to the front desk. The briefcase was locked. It was made of black leather. There were no identification tags. The previous guest had checked in alone on a Wednesday evening. He paid in cash. He provided a driver's license from Ohio. His name was Michael Emery. The license was later confirmed as authentic. Security footage showed him entering the lobby at 6:47 p.m. He carried the briefcase and a small duffel bag. He wore a gray suit. He did not speak to anyone except the clerk at check-in. He went directly to his room. The footage showed him leaving the hotel at 9:14 a.m. on Friday. He carried only the duffel bag. He walked to the parking lot and drove away in a blue sedan. The briefcase was left behind. Hotel policy required unclaimed items to be held for 30 days. After that period, management opened the case. Inside were 12 identical envelopes. Each was sealed and labeled with a single number, 1 through 12. There was nothing else. The envelopes contained photographs. Each photograph showed a different residential street at night. The images were taken from inside a parked vehicle. The angle suggested the camera was placed on a dashboard. The streets were empty. Porch lights were visible. In each photo, one house had a front door that was slightly ajar. Not wide open, just enough to see darkness inside. The gap was consistent, approximately 4 to 6 inches. The photographs appeared to have been taken over different nights. Some showed wet pavement. Others showed dry streets. None of the houses could be identified. There were no street signs in the frames, no mailboxes with addresses, no visible landmarks. The photographs were printed on standard glossy paper. There were no timestamps. No metadata could be recovered. Police were contacted after the discovery. Michael Emery's name and license information led to an address in Akron, Ohio. Officers visited the residence in early May. No one lived there. The house had been vacant for 11 months. The previous tenant had moved without leaving a forwarding address. Neighbors said they rarely saw him. One person recalled he drove a blue car. The landlord had no current contact information. The apartment was a small one-bedroom unit on the 2nd floor. It had been cleaned out when he left. Nothing was left behind. The driver's license was valid, but there was no other record of Michael Emery in state or federal databases beyond the license itself. No employment history, no credit report, no prior addresses. The Social Security number on the license was legitimate, but it had not been used for any verified transactions since 1998. The vehicle seen in the hotel footage was traced using partial plates visible in one camera angle. The registration had expired in 2002. The car had been reported sold at a private sale in Cleveland. The buyer's information was incomplete. The address listed did not exist. The case was classified as suspicious but non-criminal. The photographs were analyzed by a regional task force. Officers attempted to match the homes to missing persons cases or unsolved break-ins. No matches were found. The images were circulated to police departments in Ohio, Pennsylvania, and surrounding states. No one recognized the streets. Architectural details in the photos suggested the homes were located in the Midwest or Mid-Atlantic regions. The style of construction was common. The houses could have been anywhere. In September of that year, a woman in Harrisburg called police to report that her front door had been left open during the night. She lived alone. She insisted she had locked it before bed. She was certain of this. She checked it twice, as she did every night. Nothing was missing. There were no signs of forced entry. The lock had not been damaged. The door had simply been opened. She mentioned it only because a neighbor had seen someone sitting in a parked car across the street near midnight. The neighbor did not get a clear look. The car was dark in color. It had been parked under a tree where the street light did not reach. It left before morning. The incident was recorded, but not investigated further. 3 similar reports were filed in central Pennsylvania between 2004 and 2006. Each involved a door found open with no clear explanation. The homeowners were certain they had locked their doors the night before. All of them lived alone. In 2 cases, witnesses reported seeing an unfamiliar vehicle nearby. The descriptions were vague. A dark sedan, possibly blue or black, parked on the street, gone by sunrise. None of the homes matched the photographs from the briefcase. Officers reviewed the reports in 2005. They found no connection that warranted further action. The cases were filed separately. No pattern was officially recognized. One of the homeowners mentioned that nothing had been disturbed. Not a drawer opened, not a window touched, just the door, standing open in the morning. She said it felt like someone had only wanted to look inside. She did not pursue the matter. The report was filed and forgotten. She moved to a different town 6 months later. When contacted by phone in 2006, she declined to discuss the incident. She said she preferred not to think about it. A detective working on the briefcase case reviewed the door reports in late 2005. He noted the similarities but found no physical evidence to connect them to Michael Emery or the photographs. He requested that similar incidents be flagged in the system for potential follow-up. Between 2006 and 2010, 7 additional reports were filed across Pennsylvania, Ohio, and West Virginia involving unlocked or open doors with no explanation. 3 of those reports mentioned a dark vehicle parked nearby. None of the incidents resulted in theft or injury. None were investigated beyond the initial report. The detective retired in 2008. The flagging system was discontinued during a software upgrade in 2009. In 2007, the briefcase and its contents were transferred to a storage facility used for cold cases and unresolved incidents. The photographs were placed in archival sleeves to prevent further deterioration. The briefcase was cataloged and stored in a climate-controlled room. The file was officially closed in 2011 due to lack of leads and no active complaints. Michael Emery was never located. No further reports were connected to his name or the photographs. The photographs remain unidentified. Attempts to use image recognition software in 2015 yielded no results. The technology was not advanced enough to identify locations based on the limited details in the images. The briefcase is still in storage. The water damage left faint brown stains on the interior lining. The envelopes are kept in a sealed evidence bag. No one has opened them since 2004. The case number is still active in the system, but it has not been reviewed in over a decade. The file contains 43 pages. Most of it is procedural documentation, witness statements, evidence logs, correspondence between departments. There are no conclusions, no theories, just a record of what was found and what was done. The last entry is dated March 2011. It reads, "No further action recommended. Evidence retained per standard protocol. The photographs have been digitized. The digital files are stored on a server maintained by the state police. The original prints remain in the evidence bag. No requests have been made to view them. No one has asked about the case in years. The hotel in Lancaster has changed ownership twice since 2004. Room 217 is still in use. Guests check in and check out. The bathtub was replaced in 2006. No other unusual items have been found in the room. Claude is AI and can make mistakes. Please double-check responses."